The hot seat.
Welcome to the hot seat.
Welcome to the hot seat.
Yo, you reached the next episode. Episode. Next episode. Next episode. All right. Next episode. We're talking about marriage today.
You know, it's just that word marriage. That's like a long time together with someone, and you just gotta make sure that you're prepared for that. Like,
You prepared?
I think I am.
You do?
I do think I'm prepared. Like,
Okay, so you see yourself getting married?
I mean, yeah, I do see myself getting married.
Okay.
Like, I want it to be with the right one. You know,
Okay.
that don't do that. That's gonna just, be my better half. Like, we gotta be best friends. Like, I wanna date and just sail off together in the moonlight. Like, let's just fall in love.
That's so nice.
I guess.
Like, that's beautiful.
Do you see
I feel like, yeah, I see myself getting married, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm so discreet and I like my own privacy.
Oh.
So like a whole big marriage is kind of scary to me. Like if I ever got married, it would be like just my friends, my close friends
right.
who know my middle name.
You want a middle name to?
Yeah,
Guess I ain't invited.
you know my middle name.
Oh,
It's T. And I'll let you know the rest of it. Well, you've been my friend for too long, so you'll know by the end of the day.
I don't know what your name.
I don't know your freaking middle name.
All right, so we'll just leave it at that. I won't come to your wedding. You won't come to mine.
Okay.
You'll be in my wedding though. We'll just be like that.
Oh, I was about to say, you come to my wedding.
I'll be.
You're gonna be like the what do you call it? Groomsman? You're gonna be a groomsman.
That's what you want to call it.
You definitely will. Like, what kind of wedding would you have if you did? I want to know.
I'm gonna give you a visual, right?
Oh, please.
Visual. Here's a visual.
That's so Raven.
Let me see the face. Whatever.
It's a no.
Anyway,
Okay.
I want a nice summer beachy wedding.
In the United States.
I don't know how to get that far yet.
Okay.
I got to discuss that, with my partner.
Oh, okay.
But a nice beachy wedding, everybody in all white, no shoes on. So make sure y'all get y'all's feet done. Let's see your feet. Get your feet done.
These
I
feet are
want
done.
white peacocks walking around everywhere.
Everywhere. Just shitting everywhere, just walking around.
I mean, if that happens. Just don't step in it. And if I can't get white peacocks, I want flamingos.
Ooh, pink.
They come in all
Are they
colors.
pink? I don't know. They pink, right?
I think so.
Okay, they pink.
I just want like you said, intimate, but a nice crowd. Like, I don't want nothing too big.
Right.
I just want to share that moment with our close and special friends and family.
Yeah, I think I would probably go away and like just my little intimate group. In a secret island somewhere.
A secret island.
Yeah, like
Getting that coin. Secret.
you're gonna be working hard for that.
All right. So how long should you date someone before you get married?
How long? I don't have a time limit. I feel like you can get married at any point. You have to. I think that you have to know your partner enough to know that y'all are both gonna fight for the relationship.
Right.
Like, as long as it's that, then it doesn't matter, because every relationship has ups and downs. But like, are you gonna fight to the end? Like, if you're gonna just walk away, then no. Like, if you walk away at any point, then I'll know that it's not gonna work.
Right.
But like, when shit gets tough and you still stick it out, and you're still around, that's all that matters.
That's absolutely right. For me, I just feel like like you said, there's no time limit on.
No more
when to get
5-year
married.
time limits.
No, it's that's different. That's totally different. But it's the same thing though.
Oh,
The conversation me and you had was, I'm not gonna be with someone for 5 years and it goes nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're making
so by the 5th
If
year,
we're-
you want to
no.
be married.
no, if we're making if you're taking the initiative to say, okay, I know I want to get married. I want to get married to this person. If we both know what we want and we're working towards that, then that's cool.
Mm.
But I don't want to just drag it along and 5-10 years down the line,
You
we're
still,
not getting married. We're still,
you're still somebody's boyfriend.
right, your boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever it is. Like, who wants to do that?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
So that answers your question. But for me, for anybody else, I feel like there's no time limit on when to get married.
Right.
Just as long as you know who you're getting married to is the main focus. Like, get to know that person first before you say I do. Because saying I do and then you don't know that person, I'm going to be saying I don't because I don't want it no more. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's just what it is. There's no time limit.
So if you was to get married, like, what do you think, like, is something that the person has to have, internally for you to see that you can marry them? Like, what is the first thing you see when you think that you should get married to them?
The first thing I see
Yes, within them.
they have to be fully committed to getting to know me for who I am.
Mm.
And fully accepting of who I am.
Ooh, I
You know
like
what I mean?
that. I love that. That's me. Also, not in side way,
Anyway.
because I feel the same way. Like, that's good.
Yes, like
Because I'm someone that I'm gonna accept you. Period. Like, if I love you, I will accept you. I like the flaws because that's the thing that make people who they are to me.
right.
Like, it's like, if you're a robot and you want to be like everybody else, then that's different. But I like the differences in people, and I feel like loyalty is another one. Like, if you're loyal, that's the big one. Like, if you're gonna stick
If you're
by
not
somebody,
gonna be loyal, then don't
Yeah.
get married.
right?
Like, why get into something if you're not gonna be loyal to that person that you're being committed to?
Right, exactly.
You're wasting both our times.
So now moving in, when you get past, when you get past that part, you got to move in with this person. Do you think that you can do that? Like, move in and share everything and like.
I'm not a stingy person.
Okay.
So I wouldn't mind sharing, but it has to be 50-50.
Mm.
Like, if don't drink the last bit of my juice, no, I can't. I can share. I can share my juice. You can have some of my juice.
Damn. Like, it was just the last bit of my shit.
I was about to go that way. Nah, you can have my juice. Like,
Just drink
sharing
it all.
wise, I can share.
Okay.
Now,
Now, what
as
about
far
sharing?
as being in a house together, we're sharing the same space. We just have to learn how to coexist together, being that it's both new to us. We have to learn how to coexist. Know how long I take in the shower versus how long that person is taking the shower. If I'm cooking, you're washing dishes. You know what I'm saying, and vice versa. We
Well,
just have to learn how to coexist.
when I was younger, I was living in a room with two of my brothers, so we grew up together in one room. So I always had to share. That's
But
like,
that's not. Would it be the same as you being in a room with your brothers compared to
with the
being in a
spouse.
relationship with someone and living together?
You know how the niggas got on my nerves?
I don't.
No, the boys, they got on my nerves, and I got on their nerves. Like, we fought over tiny little things. And at the end of the day,
but
we made it
it's
work.
not the same type of relationship.
It's not. But when you in the relationship and you laying with that person, and at the end of the night, at the end of the night when y'all bumping and grinding, like, it's different. It's like we gonna be happy at the end of the night. Like,
But
we can't go to sleep mad at each other. Like,
Right. Let me put my leg over yours and we just gonna go to bed.
Right.
Regardless if
Go
we
to
got an
sleep.
attitude or not.
That's it. No, we're gonna talk about it before you go to sleep because I can't sleep with being mad. Like I'll be annoyed. You sleeping?
Sleeping. Like a baby.
No.
Nah, I do get that though. That was, I feel like in my last relationship, like that was the main issue. Like we've had arguments where we didn't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was argument and it was like, oh well, I don't want to talk to you. Don't talk to me, and we'll go days, sometimes weeks without speaking to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was like an issue for me. Like I feel like we gotta communicate. Like in order to make that relationship work, we have to communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the issue. So like to me, communication when you're living with someone or you're in a relationship with someone that leading towards living with them and getting married, you just gotta communicate.
Right.
Because if you don't communicate, everything is gonna go downhill.
Yes, sir.
Downhill.
All right, so we got some guests for the hot seat tonight.
We got
They're gonna be in the line of fire.
3 couples. 3 beautiful married couples.
3.
We got a newlywed. We got
What is a middlewed?
a middlewed. And we got a couple that's been together for
Long
20 plus
time,
years.
25 years of relation. I think like 26 years.
26. Well, let's head on over, see what they talking about. Catch you back in a few. Welcome, guys.
All right, welcome to the hot seat, guys. The first guest, we have the Wrights.
How you guys doing
How you
tonight?
doing? How you doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Well.
Doing good.
Okay. So how did you guys meet?
You mean how? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I was getting ready to joke. We met at 12 and 13.
Okay.
I was 12. He was 13. We had a mutual friend. One of my friends liked his friend, and when he seen me, of course, he thought I was really cute. And right, but tell him he thought I was really cute. So he told his friend, I think she's cute. Literally, he wrote me a note that said, would I be his girlfriend? And it said yes, no, or maybe. And that was like back in 1982.
Wow. That was
Nah.
before I was born. Oh, shoot.
Yes. We've been
How long
we've
have
been
you guys
rocking.
been married for?
We've been married
27.
27 years.
27 years. Oh my gosh.
That's a beauty right there.
Yeah, it is. It's work,
Okay.
but it's a beautiful
So-
thing.
After all this time, all the marriage, do you guys still feel like emotionally connected to each other?
I do, but it took a lot of communication because, through the years, things change. I mean, when we were 23 and 24, we had 3 little kids. So life was about going to work and making sure we maintained the home for the children.
Right.
Then you go through, middle school years, they grow up. Now we're at a place, though.
Yeah, everything is still there, bro. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? This is what you gotta do what you gotta do to make it work, 'Cause that's what you want.
Right.
Right.
So
So that's what it is.
So what was the toughest moments within your relationship and how did you guys get through that?
The tough.
With God, bro.
That
You know
was
what I mean?
good. That
We
was
still
the thing.
looking at him now today. You know what I mean? We get off this phone, she get on my nerve, we arguing already. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? With God's help, God's blessing on us, we're still able to communicate, you know what I mean? Not take it, one way or the other and just trying to squash it off when you can.
Right.
Yeah. Ain't nothing easy.
Nothing easy.
Yeah.
But if you want it, you work. The roughest, I think, was the kids. Watching your children go through things that you don't want them to go through. And
So kids are a major part of it. Like they are a big part. Like you don't ever want to let the kids down, basically. 'Cause
That is fast.
that
But
was
you
what
gotta
another couple
also
said.
know you don't stay in it for the kids. So you build something, because you know you don't stay in it just because you have kids. That's not good. Everybody should be loved and through the whole thing. Everybody should feel loved through it all. So, and being young.
Yeah, see, our kids are grown and they out the house, so they not even a factor now. You know what I mean?
They a factor, honey. God, you just got to walk.
They-
He just put them out. You out, do what you do. They still a factor.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you
we
know,
at a
yeah,
different
they
level.
grown,
We at a
you
different
know.
level in marriage
The
now.
youngest is 27, and they don't listen. So you know,
Oh,
I
God.
get a headache trying to talk to them now. Like, yeah, fuck it.
Right.
It's so like, but it's the different levels. It's because now it's just him and I home. So it, you know, it's good. Like we just hitting 50 and we all alone and we can do whatever we want. And that is the blessed part of it, because like I will be honest, I will say though, like, I hope I don't wake up and be like, do I even like him anymore? And it's not, so I really actually love him at a different, man, I like, I'm just, man, you know, you go through that when you have kids. It's like, the kids, but now it's just him and I feel so important. So I think it's just meeting the needs on every level of your relationship, because you're not the, go ahead.
You hear us?
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was saying, when we talk to the other couples, they were saying, like, there's times you wake up and you're like, I can't stand you. And then right after, you know, you kind of got to fix it. You know what I mean? And they said that it's hard. Like, you go through that at times.
That is fact.
So, looking back, is there anything that you would have handled differently? I'm telling you, it ain't easy.
You heard what he said. As soon as we hang up, I'll probably be like, why you say that?
Right. So, looking back, is there anything that you would handle differently?
I'm going to tell you, like, I just was, that I would, yeah, I would have communicated better. I used to feel like he should just know what I'm thinking. Like, we've been together this long, you know what you're supposed to do, but no, I have to tell him because he don't know. He's not a mind reader. So I know that I would have communicated a lot better than what I did growing up. But I don't think I would change anything, because then I wouldn't grow to where I am today. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be who I am if we didn't endure what we did together. So no. Okay, so, and they absolutely, the couple's right. They right. There are moments that you be like, oh my God, it gets on every last nerve. Or there's just sometimes you just got to take a break. But we have learned to listen. You know, instead of talking to be heard, you got to talk to listen.
So, last question. What are the 3 key components to a healthy marriage?
First one is definitely communication. Definitely communication. Okay. What's the other 2 for you?
First one is God.
All right.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
That is.
And with God, he's going to bring love. And then, evidently, you got to communicate.
So God,
love, and communication.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having us, guys.
Yeah, no doubt. It's game time, baby.
All right.
Game time. We love you.
Good night. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome to the hot seat, everybody. This is our next couple, the Rohales.
How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. We're doing good.
Okay.
How'd you guys meet?
Do you want to take that one?
Yeah, so we kind of met in like undergrad and college over a summer course that we were taking, and I kind of ended up taking this class last minute during summer to make up some credits, and walked in, and she happened to be in that class. It was like half semester in, and I got in somehow, and you know, the stars aligned, and we just we met there.
Was it like a love at first sight type of thing?
I think so. I mean, like, it was for me. So basically, I just got like out of a huge breakup. So at this point, like, I was going to school in Buffalo, and I had transferred to come back home And I was like, that's it. I changed my major. I'm like, I changed like everything about my life. And I was like, I'm done with guys. I'm totally done. And I'm like, I'm going to take a summer class so that I get used to the school and I don't look like an idiot come like the semester when everyone's there and like I'm just like lost on campus or something. So I was like, okay. So I take this this summer class and he walks in like 5 days late.
You know,
like,
sunglasses on, you know,
no
no book,
pen,
no book, no pen,
no nothing. Just
ready
his phone.
Just my phone and my shades, that's it.
And he walks in and I'm like, this is it. This is the one. He's mine.
She knows how to pick
And
her.
then that was it.
That is dope. That is so dope.
How long have you guys been married for?
So we've been married about 3 years almost, but we've been together about 10 years almost.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
This December is 10 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I remember when I met you guys were like, y'all weren't married yet.
No.
Y'all weren't married yet. Okay.
No way.
So
Yeah.
was it hard adjusting to the marriage life? You know, having to share everything and like moving together?
She like, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, on the start, I'll say, you know, we never really like took advantage of moving in together, which I feel like a lot of our friends or couples have done, where they'll move in together to kind of get a feel of it. So we had never lived together. Like I grew up in Queens and she grew up in Long Island, and we would like commute to see each other. And basically, you know, it was like cold turkey. We just moved in together after we got married, like the first month. And it was like, you know, it's a lot of adjusting, but I feel like it kind of leaves an element of surprise where you still kind of learn about somebody and you begin to like do all that stuff. Versus if we were already living together, then it's kind of like you get married and you come home kind of thing. I don't know. I wouldn't know, but we had like a whole new adventure in front of us. We're like, all right.
It was tough because it's like we're different like people, and the way that like we lived was like really different. So like even like as little as in the morning, I just always like turn on some sort of show that I'm like watching in the background while I'm getting ready. And I just like turn it on. I'm not really watching, but I just have it on. Whereas like he likes to play like music in the morning.
I like to turn up, you know, I want to start my
in
day.
the morning.
I need some energy. You know, I got some like high energy music playing at like 7 o'clock.
And I'm like, I'm still tired. Like, so.
It's like little things like that you begin to learn about each other, and then they become little things that you gotta just kind of, I don't want to say tolerate, you learn to love, you know?
Right. That makes sense. So what traditions have you guys started together since being married?
I think we're just like starting like little traditions. So like for Easter, we did like our own Easter egg hunts, and like every day we're kind of like singing a new song that's like about Easter and things like that. And like for Christmas, we're like, we cut down our own tree. We're trying to like do little things so that when Aiden grows up, he's like, oh, my parents like did this with me, you know, and to have like our own like family traditions like that. So we're starting little by little. I mean, he's getting older, so he can do a little bit more now.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so what boundaries do you guys have in place, you know, to keep your marriage together?
I think he's like kind of learned like the times where he needs to like back off and like don't talk to me. It's like if I'm like into my show, like just let me be, like leave me alone.
That's an interesting one, because boundaries are something like you can put them and be like, listen, you know, you just be like, listen, don't talk to me when I'm mad, or just leave me alone when I tell you to. But when it comes down to it, you probably don't listen to, you don't remember that. But then when that person is just annoying the shit out of you, you're like, all right, you know what? Maybe I should leave him alone. You know what I mean? And you kind of learn those things. And those are the type of boundaries where like sometimes when she's really upset or she's in her zone and she's working, I just let her do her thing, and I don't even like entertain. Like if she says something stupid, I just like leave it. And like later she'll realize on her own that she was being obnoxious. You know what I'm saying? It just comes around.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are 3 key components to a healthy marriage?
I think communication.
Yeah, I think communication's a big pillar. I think it's something that's really important, because in a marriage you get so tied up with so many different things, work and keeping up with your friends and family. You need to talk about everything, because people just start assuming things. So you need to communicate. I think
especially now, because like it's like we have like a house, we have like a child, we have whatever. So it's like make time for like yourselves, like, because you still need to work on you no matter what.
I think the second component would be that, you know, don't lose focus on what actually brought you together, because being together for 5, 10, 15 years, you know, it can very easily become
you
lose sight of like why you were even together. And you got to kind of keep that, you know, front and center. Like, look, okay, you have, you know, bills or house or mortgage or apartment rent, whatever, but you got to kind of like focus on what's important, which is why you guys are together, and that's something that stays. And I think third would probably be trust. I think trust is huge, and not in the sense of just like, oh, you know, don't go cheat on me kind of thing, but being able to trust someone to take care of something for you, being able to trust someone to be there for you, and knowing they will drop everything to be like. Trust is so big, and it can be used in so many different ways. So I would say.
Wow. Do you guys have, like, I know you guys' anniversary is coming up, 10 years. That's a big deal. Do you guys have anything special planned?
We were thinking about
like with COVID.
With COVID, no. We were actually planning on either going to like St. Bart's or Maldives this year, but I don't know if that's going to happen because of the virus. I mean, we're still looking into it. We might push it till next year, but we'll just try to make the best of what we can. You know, it forces us to get creative with what we could do.
Right, exactly. We might like just go like upstate someplace, like travel someplace locally, but still like get away, because with Aiden, it's a little harder to get that like alone time, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's definitely needed, and for like the 10 year, I think we need to do something big.
Yeah,
definitely got to do something big.
Exactly.
That's the end. You guys did awesome, yo. I really loved your answers, and I can't wait for you to see it. Hopefully you like it.
Yeah, no, I want to see it. We've been watching your episode, so we're like, you know, we want to see how it comes out and everything.
Yeah, we appreciate the support. It
Thank
means
you
a
so
lot.
much. Yeah, I really, really appreciate
We have
it.
the final couple, the Jameses. How you guys feeling tonight?
We're doing good. We're feeling great.
Okay, good.
Nice. How'd you guys meet each other?
We met at Pelton Baseball Park in Yonkers, New York.
And I was out there handing out flyers for a football program we started in Yonkers, because Yonkers didn't have a football program. And I met her, and I said, you know what? She's kind of cute. I might have to, you know, see what that's about.
All right. So how long have you two been married?
We've been married for 10 years. We made 10 years this year.
Woo, 10 years.
Yes.
What about
10?
Yeah.
Feel like two. It feel like it only been 2
always
years.
says
It only
2
been
years.
2 years.
Every year is our anniversary. He says 2 years. Even on Facebook, he says, happy second anniversary to my wife, Shawnee. It's always
that's good.
2 years. But then that's good, exactly, because he'll be like, well, if I feel like it's only 2 years, that's great, rather than 10.
Mhm.
So that means you're doing something.
Cheers to that.
So what about your partner made you feel as though you were meant for each other?
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know when I was meant for her or she's meant. I don't know.
I didn't know either. I didn't know either.
I think over time, you know, kind of. Over time, like time kind of makes people love each other even more. You know what I'm saying? It's not a thing where you say, okay, we meant for each other. It's just time builds love too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
That makes sense to you?
He just,
Yeah.
I think we was very compatible in a way because we enjoyed the same things.
Yeah.
And then we both, you know, he was
Let time do time.
He's a little comedian, and I come from a family that loves to laugh and crack
Right.
jokes and all that stuff. So, and that's what he did. So basically, he just fit right in with the family too, with the cracking jokes and all that stuff. So,
But
nice.
time builds love. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Okay, so how do you spice up your relationship after 10 years of marriage?
I kick her out the house every now and then. Let's start over.
Yo!
How you spice it up? You do different things. You go different places. Make love in different hotel rooms. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Like we in Philly today, we might be in Florida tomorrow. The bed felt different. Like today we in Poconos.
Right.
It's different. Nah, spice it up. You know?
No, that's real though.
That's real.
What is
Make love at work. Turn the lights off. Turn the mood up. Spice it up. You gotta keep it spicy. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Marriage unique than others.
Oh well, first of all, we're like with each other 24/7.
We work together.
We work together. We own a business together, and we work together.
So we like Bonnie and
literally,
Clyde.
yeah, with each other 24/7. At work, at home, everything. So that is unique because we're actually able to be with each other for such a long period of time, and like we're like best friends basically. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just about marriage, husband and wife. We're like best friends. Yeah, we do clash. Yeah, we do have our little bickering, but like it's over. Like we may fuss at each other for 5 to 10 minutes, and then after that we're fine. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of being with somebody all the time, because we're really all the time. Only time we separate from each other if I go to the grocery store.
And you go to the bathroom.
Or if I go to the bathroom.
You go take a shit. I go, baby, you all right? Take a shit 2 times a day, in the morning and at night. And I say, I knock on the door, baby, you all right? You all right?
Yes, that's it's like it's really no separation between us, basically. So I can say that makes us unique because, you know, you have usually people that are married that work different places and they go and spend, it would be 8 hours without one another and stuff like that. So even during the quarantine, we was able to get through because we was used to being around each other so much.
Now we blessed.
Compared to, some husband and wives that wasn't, that I know they probably went through, some things.
It was getting divorced.
Because they wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I don't like you. 8 hours around you, I'm done.
Right.
So we was good. We was good. So
and
I
we were
think
surprised that we really, not surprised, but, we just knew that we were best friends. Because people got to understand, marriage is more about best friends. It's not about sexual relations.
Yeah.
Sex only lasts so long.
Mm-hmm.
That sexual affair is great for a minute, but you got to be best friends.
I be telling him that that's how I feel like being with someone. I want that person to be my best friend. Like I want to be able to talk to you, communicate things, and get it through your head, and we understand each other on a best friend level. That's the only way I feel a relationship or a marriage will work.
Yeah, best friends take you a long way. Like
sure
do a lot.
It sure does.
No.
All right. So, what are the 3 main components to a healthy marriage?
Communication. That's one.
Knowing when to step off, like just leave.
Yeah.
When you're arguing, just walk away.
Try not to go to bed angry at one another. It's hard.
Right.
But yeah, just really try not to go to bed angry with one another.
And financial stability.
That was $4.
That's good.
That was my 3.
Right. They got their 3.
Oh, okay. Well, here goes his 3.
My 3 is financial stability, because a lot of people argue about finances. Unfortunately, is what it is. You broke, you ain't happy. Is what it is. And
I'm sorry, our butler keeps butting in, bringing our drinks and stuff.
We got the butler.
That's cool.
No, we blew up this shit.
Butler.
So we in the cabinet house. Not as playing. Yo, but all right. Now my 3. What was your 3?
I said communication.
Communication is good, but knowing how to when you argue, how to just take a break and walk away. That was always big for me.
Yeah, because like even during the quarantine, right?
There she go.
He needed to take that break, but he just couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So we got into an argument.
I was trying to leave.
And he said, He said, if I could leave, I would, but he couldn't. So it was so funny. So we just had to separate in separate, New York rooms. Like he's there, I'm there. We just separated, but it didn't even matter. But it
always comes back together, right?
Really wanted to go for that walk, but he was afraid to go for that walk. What the heck happened to them?
Sorry.
They was afraid to go for that walk because, with the virus and stuff, he just didn't want to go outdoors. So it was just, he didn't want to get sick. So that's what that was. But we managed to get through that argument and next
I went
day,
to a movie and went to Burger King.
What movie?
I went to see the movie. I told you I went to see it.
The movie was closed.
No, I went to the movie. No, that one movie was open. I went to the movie. That was a bar. What I was doing for? My bad.
That's another time. Stop.
That was a different time. He might have different time. Right.
All right, but like again, leaving arguments. It's not good to like when you disagree. It's better to just separate each other, and then you realize you love each other, and you go back.
And you really talk later, and we're good with.
Talk later.
We're good with sometimes we'll when we upset each other afterwards, we'll text because a lot of times when and that happens in marriages when you disagreeing with each other and it gets loud and escalate, you're really not listening to what the other person is saying at all. You're not hearing that. You're just yelling at each other. So it's always best like afterwards we leave. He might start with the text and then I text back and then he texts. But at least that way it's there and we're actually reading it and we're actually.
And I got to record it for my lawyer.
That's the communication.
Yes, communication.
Right.
But it's communicating, and then this way we really are understanding one another. And then after that, he comes back in the house and you want to watch a movie, or you come back with food. You hungry? That's his way of. We settled this. Let's move on.
Right.
He figured food makes me happy.
I think food makes everybody happy.
Everybody happy.
You know what I'm saying?
Drinks, food and alcohol.
Would y'all want to shout out any business you guys have?
Yeah,
we go.
With DMAX Sports, we've been together for a good going on 11
years. Been in business
now.
for 10 years.
Yeah, 11 since 2009. It's 2020. For 11 years now. We started in 2009. And DMAX Sports basically we do sports uniforms for all different teams through different grades, from youth football way up to high school, semi-pros, and stuff like that. We also now opened up a business in Mount Vernon, New York, 13 and a half, 13 and a half East 2nd Street in Mount Vernon, New York. We have a store there, and we also do T-shirts, we do vinyl banners, we do stickers, we do a whole lot of other stuff, basically.
And in addition to that, to a business, I also want to talk about a disease called sarcoidosis, and it's what I do have. I found out last year that I do have sarcoidosis, and it's what Bernie Mac passed away from. So that's why I look a little heavy. I put on about 80 pounds. Through steroids before I was 80. About 80 pounds through steroids uses and all that stuff that the doctor prescribed for me. So sarcoidosis is real. It's a lung disease, and it's something people need to be aware of.
And with him bringing up that point, it's like when you go in front of a judge or you go in front of a pastor, and you say your vows, and they say through thickness and thin.
I almost died last year.
All that stuff. That's when you realize that those vows are very important, because that's something that you have to stick with, because of the fact that when he did get sick, it was a toll on both of us.
And with sarcoidosis, I would pass out on the living room floor, and she didn't know what to do.
Right, exactly. So it was a lot. So it's like you being there
serious
for your partner. You know what I'm saying? You being there for your partner. You're going to the doctor with your partner. You making sure that they eat the right things. You making sure that they, take their medication like they're supposed to. So that's through thick and thin. And it's gonna be trying times. It's a lot, but it's part of life and it's part of marriage. Like, if marriage was supposed to be perfect, man, oh man, everybody would be married. There would be no divorce or whatever the case may be. But it's gonna be those ups and downs, and that's something that you really have to get through in life. And you gotta learn how to, like we said, communicate with your partner. And it's really about love, because if you really care about somebody and you know that they're struggling and going through something, you work with them and you try to figure things out. Don't just give up. Some people just easily give up, like, oh, I can't take this, and move on and get divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's down, that's not the time to leave them. That's the time to sit there and you step in and you do what you got to do to bring them back up again. Yeah. And I can say, thank God that he's getting better through all of that, because he has the support, not just with me, but also from his family. And, and because of the sarcoidosis, things are getting better with his health now. It's still there, but it's getting much better. So it's just like, really with marriage is just a lot of struggles and challenges and stuff like that. But you get through.
It's not all happy ends and rainbow, gold at the rain, and then the rainbow.
Yes. It's really part of life, because it's really like, you are yourself, and then somebody else is their self. Just like your best friend. You could be best friends. You could disagree about something. Y'all could probably don't speak for a few days. You know what I'm saying? And y'all speaking again. That's life. That's the same thing with marriage. It's the same exact thing. You know.
Okay. That was amazing.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Night.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, have a great night. Take care.
Yes, you too. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having us on.
No problem.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Yo, the guests tonight were amazing. We just want to thank our guests for coming on and sharing their stories about how they met, how they fell in love, how they stayed in love, because that's what a lot of us can't seem to grasp.
Right.
How do we stay in love with that one person that we love?
But we did learn so much,
Yes.
and we just are ready to get to that point. Hopefully, we can make that 25-year mark. You know what I mean? Like,
a long time.
that's a long ass time.
Long.
But if you want to fight, if you want to make sure that that relationship works, you're gonna fucking do it. Like, there's
And
no.
put in your all and not curse. That's
Yeah.
the lesson we learned today. No
You're
cursing.
gonna fucking do it.
No cursing.
You're gonna fucking do it. Okay. That's it. So thank you guys. Have a good night. We really appreciate you.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe because we need y'all support. We appreciate it. Peace.
Deuces.
The Hot Seat.